Hello, everyone, and welcome to Toku Portal Podcast. I'm Ryan. With me is,
Dedicate.
and welcome to the finale for Super Sentai Saikyou Battle.
Yep, episode 4. So, we start off with a quick recap. Marvelous puts the helmet on and runs off. Kagura chases him. He finds Luca and Takaharu. He frees them, but then he starts swinging at them with the sword. Luca shoots his helmet off and kicks him in the stomach to wake him up, and then calls him an idiot for being so reckless. It
Uh,
was pretty great.
and the others are just like completely shocked. Like, what are you doing? Isn't this your teammate? Like, yeah, this is the kind of team the Gokaijas are. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I've not seen this in recent years. So, Stinger apologizes to Yamato for acting on his own, but of course Yamato forgives him, as he did some pretty important stuff. So now that Guy Sorg is gone, Marvelous has a job for Luca. So the planet shakes as Rita starts to make her wish. Yamato and Stinger try to reason with her. She basically says that she doesn't care about the galaxy because she was raised on a planet without justice, and even children were manipulated and lied to. She's basically lost faith in everything, so everything should be destroyed.
Stinger stopping to apologize for his own actions. It's actually pretty good. Because it seems like in the previous episodes he wasn't really paying attention to what the others were doing that much. But he actually was, and he was hearing Yamato out on the whole we should work together stuff. So it's nice to see that come into play here. As for Rita's backstory, that's like pretty dark there, so I can understand the circumstances that drove her to all this. It's a shame that she had to go through that.
Yep, definitely. So Stinger basically tells her to believe in herself if she can't believe in anything else, because she clearly knows right from wrong, unlike the other awful people on her planet. Stinger doesn't want her to follow his brother's path to destruction.
Because we all know how that went.
Yeah, of course, she doesn't believe him and revives Ultimate Dai Sata. And he's freaking huge and begins destroying the planet. Eagle and Orange are nomadic. Rita summons more grunts to attack them, gets them out of suit fighting. The other three show up, gets them more out of suit fighting. It's pretty great. So finally, the oddball team is assembled. Marvelous lets Yamato take the lead, and the 5 Rangers transform and roll call. And then we get the opening theme, and they use their strongest forms to pretty awesome thoughts.
Now it's time for the big fight. I really enjoyed seeing Scorpion, Stinger rather, try to reason with her and bringing up his past with his brother. Because again, it plays into what I've been saying this whole time about taking their unique experiences and personalities and applying them to the current situation. The team up with the roll call itself was really good actually. I enjoyed seeing all of their different unique transformation material and such. Oh, and when Rita throws her magic wand down and makes her monster grow, kind of reminiscent of something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that it is.
Uh,
So I'll keep going on. Luca tries to take out the giant heart, but more grunts arrive just to Gokai change and fight back. The other Rangers are no match for the giant monster. He's basically a DBZ villain with all his damn laser beams. But they refuse to give up and remember their senpai's words of wisdom and encouragement throughout this little special. And they stand back up. Then Aka Ranger's ki starts glowing. Luca finally destroys the heart, bringing down the barrier around the planet. Gokai Red calls Gokai Galleon to ram Dai Satan against a mountain. And then the Rangers do a classic attack with, an energy ball. If in case you haven't seen it already,
if you've never seen Sentai at all, this is just a thing.
Yeah, they kick around like a ball and then slam it into the monster.
Like, the implications that every time it passes one of them, like, that person charges it a bit with their own energy.
Yeah.
Until finally, boom.
Yeah, but this was even more powerful because we got to see, all the Red Rangers in the background, and their power is basically in the ball as well. Basically, the power of all the Rangers is in that attack. So it's pretty damn. Any thoughts?
It was really interesting seeing like them fight with their power-up forms and then go back to their normal forms to do this classic like Sentai style attack. I was really interested in seeing like the Reds in the background because I wanted to like stop on each one to see who was there and if there was any like pattern to it. I didn't, but I might go back and do that.
There wasn't really a pattern, it was just chronological.
Oh, never mind then.
They're split into like 3 groups. Or was it? I don't remember.
4 groups?
Yeah, it was 4.
It might have been like every 10 or something.
Yeah.
Or close to it.
So Rita is of course pissed off and puts on Geisorg's armor and attacks. But
I was shocked about that.
yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Like, wait, how long have you been able to do this? Or are you just so angry you attracted it to yourself? What are the rules here?
Yeah, well, they did show a little magic symbol, so
she probably conjured it.
Yeah. And she does have weird teleportation powers. But anyways, she attacks, but the 2 Ryu soldiers protect them. And we get their opening.
I forgot they were in this special until now, when they show up. It's like, oh right, they've had their little B plot this whole time. Or C plot, I guess.
Yeah, so Rita as Geisorg is really no match. She tries to hold Kagura hostage, then Black and Green use some power-ups to save her, and defeat her. And then they leave, because their work here is done. Kagura gives everyone a high five. Marvelous just refuses, but he still smirks. Stinger cuffs Rita and tells her to atone, and he hopes that she can smile someday. It's pretty nice.
Doesn't she like give him a weird look for that?
She still looks pretty angry, but she's like defeated, I guess. She's kind of giving up. But yeah, what did you think about the Ryu soldiers?
So, when I heard we were getting a Knights themed Sentai, I was really excited because we've gotten ninjas 3 times before, we've gotten samurai before, pirates, we've gotten trains as a theme before. So like, hey, Knights, I really like Knights, so I'm really interested in seeing where they go with this. And so far, I actually really like the choreography. and just the general style that they seem to have when they fight. It makes me more excited to watch Ryu Soldier, despite the similarities to Kyoryuger. At first,
Yeah,
like when one of them put on the stretchy power up, I was really worried that it was going to be another goofy like Kyoryuger, like that giant inflatable Kyoryuger power up.
inflate.
Like, yeah, you know the one.
That was pretty silly.
I thought it was like, oh, is this just going to be like that thing? No, it was actually like really cool. It's like, actually, yeah, this is restoring my faith in the new Sentai.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it has an identity of its own. It's not Kyoryuger Part 3. uh, but yeah, the fight was pretty good. And the chemistry between the two brothers. So Luca waits for Marvelous to pick her up. The Rangers say farewell to each other. Takaharu actually finds a small piece of gem and gives it to Yamato. Hopefully can make his wish come true. Somebody picks up Gaisorg's helmet, and then the man from the last episode picks up the orange power-up, but then it turns red.
So that was weird. So we were both
Yes.
like, oh, I think that's foreshadowing the 6. And it wasn't? Was it foreshadowing the villain group?
I think so, because that didn't look like a Red Ranger.
Yeah, no,
it
like,
was like really dark.
Unless it's like a power-up for Red. Or like
It
a
might be
weapon
for
or
the-
for something.
It could be for Red's mech. I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. And there's someone else with the guy's sword arm that we didn't get to see. We just saw their hand.
I also heard a rumor that the Ryu soldiers are going to have like Geki Ranger style mentors. In that the mentors could potentially like all have their own ranger suits. So he could be like the red mentor.
Yeah, I definitely saw that, or I got that kind of vibe from the preview. Seeing this guy. But yeah, we'll have to see. Any final thoughts on this episode and the series overall?
Yeah, this was a neat little trip through the nostalgia trip. Just like, hey, remember these veterans? Let's just bring them together and have a good old time. And that's really what it was, just a good, fun time. The plot was pretty standard for a Sentai special in general, but I do like where they went with Rita's backstory and made her actually like a very plausible villain. She wasn't just evil because she's evil. It's like, nah, man, a lot of fucked up shit happened, and I'm sick of it all.
Yeah, overall it was pretty fun. Of course, the main cast was mostly recent Sentai, but
It was
It was
easier
nice
to
that-
do that.
it was also nice that we did get some early Heisei, and even though we didn't get the show,
Yeah, we still got
Fight
some.
so-
We still got some good cameos. We got Gohan Red. We got Boken Silver.
Yeah.
Ryu Red, I think. Last episode, maybe, I don't remember.
we got Gao Red.
Gal Red, that's who it was.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
One thing that surprised me though is that with the way they were showing them off, I thought that the monstrous strength team was gonna like meet with Oddball team in the finals, and then monstrous strength team lost in the semifinals. It ultimately
Yeah.
didn't matter because we didn't even get the finals, but, you know, like, it seemed like that's what they were building up to with their focus on that team. And then, nope.
They're just fun suits to use.
And fun characters to work with.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty awesome that Zuban from freaking Bowcanger was like, "What are you doing here? Why are you in this tournament?"
What do you wish for? To talk?
Yeah, probably. I want to say actual words. Sorry, your wish couldn't be granted.
And it's nice that we end off on the implication that Yamato's wish can be granted and he can bring that dead kid to a zoo one last time. Or something.
Yeah.
But, you know, it would have been nice to see a bit more into that. But, you know, time limits, budget restrictions, things like that. This was just like a little celebration special.
For sure. But even though it was just a celebration, it was impressive how much Soldier stuff was written in.
Yeah,
Like, I'm actually glad.
since they didn't
showing up for one fight and then
since they didn't do the V Cinema insha during the. Sorry, I'm getting my words mixed up. They didn't do the movie, like during the series run to tease the next Sentai like they normally do. That seems to be dying out. It makes sense that they would, hey, let's tease the new team like this. I was shocked that it was only black and green, but that's all we needed, and we got a really good teaser out of it. I want to share a little something Vashi was telling me. A little nitpick of his. Vashi was a little disappointed that in Luca's short fight scene, she didn't Gokai change into Raptor.
lol.
Yeah.
They already met before, we can't do
that. Like, I'd actually forgotten that Luca was Raptor's voice actress until he said that. But it would have been cool if they did that and she makes a comment like, oh, I feel comfortable with this one. Like how Beatbuster said he felt at home in the Magiranger mech.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, I was kind of thinking, like, can they actually change into post-series Sentai?
They did in Juoger.
Yeah, I remember now. That would have been pretty funny, but most children probably wouldn't get it.
Probably, yeah. Then again, I don't think most children would get the Beatbuster joke that they made a second time in Chohiro Tyson when Owl Ninja's like, oh yeah, we'll choose my mentor, Magi Yellow, and then Beatbuster comes up.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. As awful as that movie was. It had some good gags.
Brutally honest.
It had some good gags, I'll give it that. But yeah.
Naga was the best part of that movie, I maintain.
Yeah.
There was something else I wanted to comment on, but I can't quite remember what it was. I think it had to do with... did it have to do with the fight? I don't remember. I think it had something to do with the, the impromptu, mech fight with Gokai Gallon. Because they clearly couldn't do, an actual mech fight for this. Doubt they had the budget anyways.
Oh, yeah, I think he said that you wanted some weird like mashup mech.
Oh yeah, of all of them.
Yeah, that would have been pretty crazy. And probably ugly.
They could have just cheaped out like they did in Go On 10 Years Grand Prix and just give us this horrible looking CGI mech that you can't even make out. That was the only
Yeah.
disappointing thing in that entire movie.
Yeah. Good thing it lasted like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Uh,
But yeah, that's it for
oh, no, that
Psycho
wasn't
Battle.
what I wanted to talk about. I remember
Okay.
now. Uh, I think Marvelous and Luca are dating after what we saw with that at the end there. With them going, hey, is it okay for you to ignore your treasure like this? And then Luca's just like, he should have picked me up by now. Like, that very felt like a couples thing to me.
Yeah, that is true. And she was, I don't know, she didn't really bully Marvelous as much in the show as more
No, she didn't, like,
Hakase.
yeah, she didn't really, like, hit him like she did here, so that could have been them, like, going more on teasing, like, yeah, they're a couple here.
Some more material for you shippers out there.
King is really happy about it. So yeah, I had fun with this short-lived reunion. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of what Ryu Soldier brings to the table, because the choreography in Lupin Ranger versus Pad Ranger was amazing, and they're clearly not going to do the same style with the camera, but if they do the same level of choreography in a different style, then I am really excited to see where they go with that. And the little teaser we got here shows a lot of promise, if that wasn't just a, hey, this is a special, we're going to do something special kind of thing.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a lot of fun. And we could use something a bit more fun and lighthearted after the last Sentai we got. Not that we didn't love it, but
Hey,
damn.
it had its lighthearted moments, but boy, did it have a heavy undertone the entire time.
Yeah. Especially at the end when it just all came together.
Oh, man. Alright.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to something a bit more fun and lighthearted.
Thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow for more Kamen Rider Zeo. Things are really looking good in that show. And we're hopefully going to be back on Thursday for Power Rangers Beast Morphers. See you next time. Decade?
Oh, I might be liking. Thanks for listening.